In this video, we're going to cover the top 10 traits of a low-value woman. A low-value woman is every man's nightmare. Being with a low-value woman is one of the worst things that can happen to a man, regardless of whether he is a sigma male, alpha male, or beta male. The sad truth is that the majority of low-value women are completely unaware of their acts or how they are perceived by others. However, you can easily spot them. And once you realize you're with a low-value woman, you can try to help her. And if you can't, you should end your relationship with her. Otherwise, your relationship could quickly turn toxic. That's a negative sign for everyone, including sigma males. But before we dive into it, remember that we make these videos for free for your entertainment. And all we ask in return is you click the like button and subscribe with the notification bell on. All set? Okay, let's go. Number 1. She just can't say no. Women with low self-esteem find it difficult to say no. They're not unable to reject or disappoint someone, they just don't know when to say no. They have this constant desire to please everyone and often wear themselves out trying. That explains why people frequently infringe on the personal boundaries of women like this. If a low-value woman does not respect her own values and boundaries, there's no way her partner will respect her values and boundaries. If only low-value women were aware that saying no can pave the way for more productive interactions down the line. They always say yes because they think that saying yes all the time will make people like them. It's easy to spot this trait because they'll always try to please people at their own expense. Number 2. She's always free. Being free for you can be a sign that she likes you. However, if she's available all the time and you barely know her, that's a first indication that she's a cheap lady and a girl who knows little about social skills and dating power dynamics. What makes this characteristic of a low-value woman? For the same reason why it is the attribute of a low-value man too. It indicates that she isn't engaged in anything meaningful with her life. You don't want to be with someone who is not focused on any goals or who is not making a contribution with her life. You should be in the company of someone who is dedicated, motivated, and focused on their work. She should also be intelligent as well as determined and goal-oriented. A long-term study from the University of Michigan proved that space apart is crucial for every relationship. Individuals who have their own friends, interests, and are able to define themselves independently of their spouse or relationship are happier and less bored. A high-valued woman has a lot going on in her life. Whatever she's working on, whether it's a project at work, preparing a meal, or volunteering with a local charity, she always gives it her all, and you can tell. That is why she succeeds at almost everything she does. She uses all of her emotional energy to increase the value of herself and those around her. You can't help but get thrilled about what she's doing when you're around her, and you want to be just as enthusiastic about what you do. Number 3. Picks the most expensive dishes and expects you to pay all the time. When you're on a date, pay attention to how she orders. A classic dating mistake for a low-value lady is that she wouldn't make any effort to chip in, tip, or return any kind of value. You'd be surprised how common this attitude is amongst women. Nobody wants to marry a lady who brings nothing and expects him to carry everything. Another step further from these are women who love to order the most expensive thing on the menu and they never actually pay. The issue with these give me a luxury lifestyle women is not just that they want to live comfortably. Rather, it is that they believe that they deserve to be pampered just because they agreed to go out with you or date you. And they never think that the other person also deserves to be pampered. The second issue is that they do not seek to earn that lifestyle on their own, preferring instead to rely on males. An entitled woman isn't good for anyone. She believes she is owed to certain things without having to work for them. She always wants to have all the nice things in the world even though she doesn't have a job. Even if she treats you like dirt, she still expects you to be nice to her. And she wants you to be romantic even though she only puts out once a month. If you observe this personality trait in this woman, you should run, not walk, away from her as quickly as possible. Number 4. She sells herself for money. Beauty does contribute to a woman's entire quality, whether we like it or not. However, how she makes use of her beauty reveals a lot about her personality. When you've already worked on your basic attributes, the best use of beauty is to use it as icing on the cake. For example, a woman that is as good and skilled as she can possibly be. Then you add beauty and femininity to the mix for an added edge, and that's a good woman. But when she has nothing else going for her apart from her body, then that's a huge red flag. The low-value lady is the one who takes advantage of their beauty and body to gain money. She's only interested in your bank account, your house, the cars you drive, and the places you can take her on vacation. These sorts are usually easy to recognize and lack game, so once you've identified her, get rid of her as soon as possible. Number 5. She's self-centered. Everything revolves entirely around the self-centered lady at all times. She is unconcerned about your work, your family, or even you. She is just concerned with herself and how things affect her. Of course, this becomes old quickly. Listening to someone repeatedly whine about their day while showing no interest in yours will definitely drive you crazy. You won't enjoy the relationship, and you'll be left frustrated every day. You may notice a pattern in your connection with a self-centered individual where you give them your time, energy, and attention, but these gestures and efforts aren't returned. This demonstrates that they are more concerned with themselves than with others, as they are unwilling to make an effort to make you feel like you are in an even relationship. This type can be easily recognized, and you should detach yourself from a woman like that as soon as possible. Instead, you should be with someone who would support your ambitions and celebrate with you when you accomplish them. They won't try to take your place in the spotlight, and they'll never make fun of what you've accomplished. They'll also be there to help you get back on your feet if you fall, and they'll also expect the same from you. It's a cooperative effort. Neither of you will abandon the other. Number 6. She is manipulative. Being manipulated is the worst feeling you can have in a relationship. Feeling dumb, deceived, and emotionally used in a relationship feels completely useless. It's better to break free or at least recognize the signals of a manipulator than to find yourself in a scenario where your relationship has no significance and being manipulated is the only way to make it work. Women are extremely emotional and sensitive. This is how they express themselves, and they are not afraid to do so. One of the obvious indicators of a manipulative woman is that she becomes emotional in the middle of a disagreement when she believes she is losing. This disagreement may then become ugly. Denial is another strong trait of a manipulative woman. When you challenge them about their manipulative behavior, they will flatly refuse and deny it. They'll start playing the emotional card. Everything turns from them being manipulative to them being emotional. A manipulative lady will be overly pleasant to you because she wants you to help her. They will use their charisma and charm to persuade you to help them. However, once their work is completed, they will revert to their original self. Number 7. She's dishonest. Liars are uncool in almost every situation. Lying is just not cool, no excuse for it, whether it's at your job or to your family, friends, or anyone else. So having a woman in your life who lies is a terrible situation. You never know what's going on at any one time, and trust is quickly lost. You may identify a dishonest person when you notice that they always try to please you by passing judgment on someone you both know. They encourage you to express your criticism of such individuals as if it were a healthy kind of bonding. They create a joke out of self-criticism or make an offensive statement that makes no sense. They sulk, they act passive-aggressive, they shift the focus, they distort the accusation, or they just withdraw. These are the defense mechanisms used by dishonest people. Information out, shields up. Information in, shields down. They also talk too much and say too little because they're trying to hide something from you. Because trust is so important in a healthy relationship, dishonesty shouldn't even be an option, so don't try to live with it. You want to be able to rely on your partner to tell you the truth, especially when it's most important. When they promise you something, you want to be able to believe them. Number 8. She's spiteful and confrontational. Keep an eye out because this is frequently hidden. Nobody wants to acknowledge they're full of spite, so people typically try to hide their anger. It's easy to mix up spite and passion these days, but more often than you might imagine, rage and anger are signs of a spiteful, low-value woman, not of passion and drive for a better society. Look at who the anger is focused on to tell the difference between spite and passion. It's a terrible sign if it's directed at a small number of people or a group of people. Number 9. She always settles for less. These kinds of women are always in a relationship or involved with someone. They always delay going for their dreams, and they always blame other people for all the bad things going on in their life. Another thing is that they never believe in themselves. You don't want to be with a woman like this because she can kill your morale. You want to be with someone that's confident and goes for what they want. When someone is confident, they don't need you to tell them that they are deserving of love and respect. They recognize their worth and make it a point to put their outstanding characteristics to good use. A great woman understands who she is and what she desires, and she will never accept anything less. She's uninterested in mediocrity and strives for excellence in all aspects of her life. If you can match her high expectations, she'll want you in her life every day. Before we talk about the last trait, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Number 10. She has low self-esteem. This is another attribute of a low-value woman. She always says negative things about herself, jokes about negative things, downplays her achievements, and focuses on her shortcomings. This isn't just a bad trait for a woman, but for anybody. If you know anyone like this, you can help them by buying them books on the subject or by encouraging them to go to therapy. Did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get all the notifications of our videos. Check out the video on the screen, and we will see you next time.